Hey guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead. Time for supper. And more hot dogs. These ones are actually Ballpark. I got them on sale down at Bronson. So I have decided that I really liked how they tasted yesterday baking them. So we are going to do that again today. So we're going to come down here and we're going to put all these on the pan here. They just plumped up so much plumpier, for lack of a better word. And they had a little bit of crisp on them. And honestly, you guys, they were really good. So now we're going to want to poke them. It says you can use a fork, so you could probably use a fork too, but I have these toothpicks that I got at the Dollar Tree. Might as well use them. You want to heat your oven up to 400 for this. It's almost there. And then you're going to put them in there for 15 to 20 minutes. And honestly, they tasted amazing. I almost think that I like them better than I did by frying them in the pan. Kind of scary thought, isn't it? So, yeah. And then I've decided I'll do a hot dog recipe tomorrow, and I changed my mind on what I was going to do. Not that I don't do that all the time, but yeah. And then Saturday or Sunday, I'm not sure what day we're going to go up north, but I'm going to kind of use up things that I was going to do with the hot dogs and make a dish out of that. And then maybe make a dish with hot dogs on Sunday morning for breakfast. Anyway, just ideas I'm throwing around in my head. Our skies are still really, really bad right now. They're suggesting that we don't go outside at all. My oldest son today walked in, and I can't remember what kind of air it is, but anyway, you're not supposed to breathe it. And they had a power failure, and it burnt the box out and nobody knew. My son walked in today to go do what he does. They raise bees and mites and stuff like that. And he's like, he goes, I got a sniff of that, and he goes, and it filled my lungs, and he goes, and I just held my breath till I get out there. So they have it fixed now, so hopefully it doesn't do any damage to his lungs. Children, I tell you, you think you're going to quit worrying about them when they get past 18, but that's not true. I understand now when my mom goes, you worry more about them when they get older. And you do. So Tom and I also made a decision. We're not going to the Ark this year because there's just too much to do. And instead we're just going to find a hotel for the night. I don't know when, and we're just going to get away. Hopefully, because the guy wants him to put a booster fan in over where he's been working. Hopefully we can either Saturday or Sunday get up north, go to Lake, and go to that buffet we've been wanting to go to. Life sometimes just doesn't happen the way it's supposed to. That's just it. So now tonight, I'm making mac and cheese dogs. I don't have a recipe for it. It's just something I'm going to do is just like tomorrow's. And we'll see how it turns out. It's the worst thing, it fails. So now, before anybody says anything, yes, I do Rebel Can. This is my mac and cheese. And if you don't can, you can, of course, make your own mac and cheese. You can make the deluxe. You can make the regular. You could also buy, what is it, Chef Boyardee mac and cheese. Whatever floats your boat, you can do. So, but I'm going to use my own home canned mac and cheese because it's really creamy and it tastes good. And why make it if I don't have to? That's my thought on it. Now, if it's not as creamy as you want it to be when it comes out, if you have canned it, you can add just a little bit of milk to it, and it'll fluff it right back up. That's not going to dip all the way down into my quart. Let's try this one. And believe it or not, these do not get mushy. The noodles do not get mushy. And they taste quite good, actually. And we should have some left over. Nothing wrong with leftover, because we'll just serve it for supper. That's how it works. Now, when my grandkids were at the other daycare, they really liked the mac and cheese when I made it for them. And the I also made them SpaghettiOs and stuff too, which they really, really like that as well. So, alrighty. I think I might add just a little bit of milk. You know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something different I've never done before. Go figure, right? What about if we used a little bit of butter in there instead? I think that would make it real creamy too, don't you? What's the worst thing it does? Not turn out. That's how I look at recipes now, you know? What's the worst thing it won't turn out? I'm not sure how late Tom's going to be. Courtney had to work over. But we'll see. We'll see how that works. Alright. Now I'm going to get fancy today. And I've decided we're going to use red onion. You don't have to add onion, but, well, I want to. So, and I'm going to chop up the whole onion too, because maybe I'll use it on tomorrow's as well. Who knows what I decide to do. The one looked really, really good that I was going to do tomorrow, and then I got to thinking about stuff, and I'm like, you know what? We've been making them easy all weekend, or all week. Why start to complicate it now? Because that one had a bunch of steps. And I thought, why complicate it now? You know, we've made it easy all week. Let's continue to do that. I don't need that mac and cheese up that high. And then we chop this all up, and maybe I'll just use it tomorrow too. That's the one good thing about cooking, you know. And I guess when I hated cooking still, you know, after cooking so many years and whatever, and then having to cook for your kids every day and blah, 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 and you're so, you know, it's before the internet thing got big and you were making the same things all the time and whatever, you know. But actually, after I started my channel, then I started loving to cook again. And then I started loving to can and preserve and do all that kind of stuff as well. But I started going on this new adventure, you know, like, it can be fun to cook. It can be, you know, you gotta cook for your family, but it doesn't mean it can't be fun. It doesn't mean you gotta spend 2 hours out in the kitchen doing something. Because it seems like anytime my mom did anything above spaghetti or goulash, it was like an all-day thing. And I'm like, ugh, I don't want to do that all-day thing. Because, you know, I used to work a lot of hours outside my home, and, you know, it just made it really hard for me to have dinner and all that good stuff. And for you working people, you know how that feels. Like, the last thing you want to do is come home and have to cook a bunch of food. Unless you really, really love to cook, which, that's great. But, you know, a part of you, I think, would like something a little bit more simple. Something that, you know, I mean, even now, like, you can do really healthy meals that are easy. You don't have to be like, and they have to be all difficult. So I'm going to let that heat up. We still got 11 minutes on the hot dogs. And then I'll be back and we'll see what I'm going to do to throw them together. Now these ones only went about 16 minutes. And they were puffing open. Like the old kind of hot dogs. You know, and they still got browned a little bit. And they've got that sizzling noise. I really like that. Believe me. I think that's really nice. So, I might be cooking my hot dogs that way from now on. I don't know. But they sure do fluff up. Puff up, fluff up. Whatever you want to call it. They remind me of the hot dogs when I was a kid. You know, your mom and dad would cook them and they'd like just pop open and everything else. That's what those remind me of. So, we have the hot dogs in there. Let's get this out of the way. My left hand does not have a lot of strength in it. Sorry, guys. So I end up burning myself. So now, we're going to take that mac and cheese, and look how creamy that ended up turning out. And we're going to get that put on top of our hot dogs. And we also made another decision too. The one property that we were really, really interested in, we were going to go up and look at this weekend. They must have already paid their taxes, so it's not there anymore. So we decided that maybe God was telling us that this isn't the year. And like Tom said, you know, we have a couple years left. Well, not quite that much, but, you know, he said, when it's time, it'll just hit us right in the face and we'll get it. And gives us time to save up more money, because the other ones we wanted to look at needed a lot of work. And thinking about all that work right now, not that we're afraid of that, but A, it'd be a lot of money, B, a lot of time, and so maybe it's something that, you know, maybe we'll never get property. I don't know. But we have to think about it in a way that if it's meant to be, it'll come to us. So that's how we're looking at it. And we're going to have lots of mac and cheese left. So it'll make for a really nice side. Look how much is left out of that quart. Quite a bit. Alright, so next. Not sure what order I want to do it, but we'll do it. How's that? Next, I think I want to put the fancy onions on there. Just like so. If nothing, it'll be a very colorful hot dog. And very tasty too. And like I say, you can use any mac and cheese that you like. You know, if you got a brand that you like, or if you can your own, or you just want to use Chef Boyardee. I try not to can, or try not to make anything with my canning that you can't make on your own. You know what I mean? When I put it into recipes. And you can definitely do your own mac and cheese. You know what's real funny is, I like mac and cheese, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. I mean, it's not like when I was a kid and you wanted mac and cheese all the time. You know, it's not like that anymore. But I do like mine the best, honestly. Alright, so now I'm going to use some bacon bits, since I've taken them out of the freezer and put them in the refrigerator. I figured maybe I should use those up. I like when I get stuff like that from Bronson because I got it in the freezer and we can use it some other time, you know what I mean? And it just makes it so convenient. And then we'll do this one over here. And I asked Tom, is he tired of hot dogs yet? And he said no. I'm not a hot dog person, he is. So... Alrighty. Then I'll just put the extra mac and cheese in a bowl and put that on the table. So how does that look? They look delicious. Alright. I got my towel here because you know I'm going to make a mess. This is why I don't eat in front of people. No. Just stuff like this is really messy. Oh man. Oh man. And honestly, the first thing you taste is that really yummy, yummy, fluffed up hot dog. And it's a shame when stuff falls off. So, I will meet you at the table when Tom gets home. Hi, Tom.
Hello.
So this is mac and cheese dogs. What do you think about that?
You know what this tastes like?
What?
A mac and cheese dog.
So stupid. You want to try some of the macaroni and cheese that's left?
Sure. That's some of that stuff you can, ain't it?
Yep. And it ain't mushy either, is it? So what do you think? Winner, winner, mac and cheese dinner?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So we're going to let the hungry man eat. You guys have a blessed night. Be a blessing. And goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Tom.
You guys have a great night.